Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby. Now you might be thinking, oh, this might be a dull weekend of rugby, no Six Nations. But people, we have URC round 10. I know this is no Six Nations, but I've loved the URC this far. We got to push out some more content. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for your love and support. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy it. But I mean, we're not going to beat around the bush. We're going to jump straight into the predictions for this weekend, starting off with Scarlets versus Munster. Obviously, Munster did brilliantly to slide a massive victory over the Crusaders under the radar. Very impressive performance. Of course, there's a little caveat behind it. It wasn't the strongest Crusaders team. It was a new coach and stuff. But still, to beat the Crusaders is no easy feat. I've always said it. They are the best franchise rugby team or club rugby team to ever grace this earth. I think they've won 7 in a row Super Rugbies, which is absolutely ridiculous. They even dominated the tournament while the South African teams were still in there. So to beat the Crusaders was absolutely massive for Munster. Now, obviously, it's tough to predict all of these games because most of the strong players aren't playing because they're away with their national teams. But I don't think there will be any surprises in this game. I don't see Scarlets coming out there causing an upset victory. So I'm going Munster to win this first game by, I'm going 18 points just because Scarlets is at home. Otherwise, I would have predicted about 30 points. But yeah, I'm going Munster to get the victory. I think their physicality is up there. They'll just be too strong. The next game, one of the most exciting games you can see, or one of the games that I'm most excited for. Zebra Parma versus Edinburgh. I was speaking to the boys on Safas Unscripted, right? And some of them predicted a Zebra victory. And to be honest, it's not the biggest stretch to predict that. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. I'm not going for the upset victory on this one. I'm going 2 away victories. I'm going Edinburgh to win this game just because I think they are a better team. And Zebra might have some guys away with Italy. I'm not too sure. I'm not too familiar with all of Zebra's players. I do think Zebra has been absolutely brilliant this season, especially compared to their previous seasons. Their rugby's been way more exciting. They've got a couple of victories. I mean, the massive one beating the Sharks. But I don't see them being strong enough to beat Edinburgh. I think there's a lot of strength still in the Edinburgh team, but I think it's a high-scoring game. I think there's about 50 to 60 points in this game. I think it's going to be a brilliant game of rugby to watch. Moving on, you've got the first South African derby. Lovely. Lions versus the Bulls. It's the revenge story for me. I'm going for a home victory for the Lions. Upset victory. Just because they pulled it so close at Loftus. I think that's enough to give them that motivation and energy to take this game over to Ellis Park and really put up a fight and pull one over the line, over the Bulls. Obviously, Kurtley Arendse back, Kainan Moody back for the Bulls, Willie Leroux. But it's just something about this game, like form just goes out of the window. The Lions can be how good or how shit, or the Bulls could be how good or how shit, and yet it is always a close game. And we saw that, what was it, like 2 weekends ago when these two teams met. And I predicted going the same way. I think it's a close game, and the Lions just pull it through by about 3 or 4 points. Just my prediction on that one. I got a feeling I might be wrong in a lot of predictions, so don't come at me in the comments if I get a lot of them wrong. Moving on, you got Leinster versus Benetton, and I love the way that Benetton play. It is so exciting. They are going so under the radar in terms of how good they are doing on the table. If I'm not mistaken, I think they are 4th. I could be wrong, 4th or 5th. But the fact of the matter is just Leinster has got some out of this world depth. Like they could play their third team and still match up pretty decently against any other team. That's just the amount of depth that they have. Like a lot of other teams have a lot of players. You have some depth, but it's not good depth. These guys can field a very strong team with second string players. So Leinster to take this one for me. I'm thinking not a big score. I've got Leinster to win this game by about 7 points, 6 to 7 points. kind of just scraping over the line. I think Benetton will still be up for it, but a lot of Benetton players obviously away with Italy as well. So how much will that impact them? Going on to the second South African rivalry, the second South African derby, you've got the Hollywood Bet Sharks versus the DHL Stormers. Somehow, and I don't know how, the Sharks pulled it close the previous time we played. Now, the Sharks have lost convincingly to every single team, except the Stormers. I do not understand it, and the Stormers played home. I do not understand it, and now we're going to have to go up and play the Sharks there. I think the Stormers run riot in this game. No Eben Etzebeth, of course. Touch wood. We don't want him out injured for long, but I want him out for this game because he's been absolutely scintillating. He never plays franchise rugby, right? And in the one season he comes to the Sharks and he plays absolutely brilliant. This guy. But I'm going with the Stormers victory. As you know, I'm a Stormers supporter. I'm wearing blue at the moment. This is my work clothes. So it's just one of those things that I'm wearing blue as well. But Stormers has to put up a statement performance here. I'm going Stormers to win and get a bonus point. Now, you might say I'm biased. Look at the name. It's Casual Bias Rugby. I'm going with the Stormers to get the victory over the Sharks. It should be easy to say, but why am I doubting the fact that I have to say it? Moving on. We got Cardiff versus Connacht. I don't see Cardiff getting close. I think Tinus de Beer has been absolutely brilliant there. I think if the Sharks really wanted to sign a 10, they wouldn't have gone for Hendrikse. They would have gone with Tinus de Beer. I think he's twice the player. Just my opinion. But I don't see them winning this game. I see Connacht coming out and just steamrolling them, to be honest. 15 to 20 points for Connacht to win this game. And then Glasgow Warriors versus the Dragons. Once again, I just think it's a spanking victory, about 30 points. It's always tough to predict these games. I'm saying it with so much confidence at the moment, but yet I'm thinking I could be wrong on every single game here. Just because all these good teams, all their good players are gone. But I'm just going on what I know. So Glasgow to beat the Dragons, 25 to 30 points. And then finally we got the Ospreys versus Ulster. Ulster not doing too bad, to be honest. Not really convincing at all. Obviously they beat Leinster. They've still got the likes of Stephen Kitsoff there to do a job. So I'm going Ulster to win, but Ulster never win convincingly, or they never win by a big margin. So I'm just going Ulster by about 9 points. Let me know what you think about it. Obviously, we'll do this one. We'll have some round reviews over the weekend. And then moving back to the Six Nations, which I'm very excited for. It's set up beautifully this far. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Shadi.